Three years of applying for a Minnesota bear tag, and I had finally drawn. Good buddy Reed and his father Rock were excited for us to utilize their northern Minnesota hunting shack in hopes of sticking a big black bear with the bow. The season starts now. It doesn't feel like 90 degrees.
No, it doesn't.
As long as we don't stand out in the middle of the field.
Circles.
Worst spot.
We're in the box.
We're in the box. No way around it.
I didn't sign up for this.
I told you I was in the sticks.
Right, straight back. A little bit more. Oh, perfect.
We got 2 trips back in here to the shack. We got 1 more yet to do tonight, and we will be in. And might seem simpler than it is, because it is absolute tragedy getting back in here. We are in the middle of a bog, pretty much. We came through some pretty wet stuff. The first trip in, we came through some really wet stuff, and we actually had to winch out of it. We got a lot of baiting to do tomorrow. Doesn't look like we're gonna have time to do anything tonight, so we're just gonna make sure we get everything in here, get it all secured so the bears ain't getting into it here tonight at camp. But the work starts tomorrow.
Circles. Spinning circles. Circles. Spinning circles.
You got it right now.
What's the best way to just kind of pull it off? Just got all the baits mixed up. We feel like we got a pretty good game plan as far as where we're going to space them out here. What we're sitting on is only, 80 acres of private? 80 acres of private, but there's a ton of state land out here, and most of it cannot be accessed unless you want to go through hell and high rains. We're going to head out right now. We're going to put out 6 baits, 3 per hunter. That's what's legal here in Minnesota, and get these rolling today. So. Well, we're only about probably 300-400 yards from the cabin right now. This is the spot we come in and out on. Pretty good chunk of woods here. So I think we're gonna try to throw bait somewhere along this road. We've seen, a few fresh bear tracks. It's so thick in here. Any chance a good video of them coming in. Hopefully we can get them coming down this road. So we're just trying to pick a spot out. Right there as far as height?
I'd say so. Oh, perfect. Angle kind of down, right?
down logging road and seen this wide open area. We got a nice maple tree, so we decided to just set up shop right on this down log or right on the edge of a swamp. So I think these bear are gonna run this edge, and they should find it. But slap a camera up here. We got 4 more baits left. Take a little break, eat some lunch in a little while. It's starting to get hot, so try and cool off too.
The bear are gonna come from this direction without a
So
doubt.
northwest is gonna be blowing pretty much straight to that point, and not
Yeah,
into any
keep your
of
scent
this.
out of all this. They may come in from the open bog too. You never know where they're gonna come from. So I think this is a safe bet here.
This one butts up to the biggest track of timber for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no road for a mile and a half that way.
As the final bear baits were set, the anticipation for season begins to climb. It was now only a couple more weeks until we were back up in a tree. September 4th, 2015. The first annual Shack Bear Hunt is underway. Brennen and Mike roll in at 2 p.m. today. They got in without issues using the bog. In a rush, we checked the roadway bait. It wasn't hit and had no pictures on the camera. Next, we checked the Ho Chi Minh bait. It wasn't hit and no pictures on the camera. Next, we checked the north bait. A big bear hit this bait yesterday afternoon. We hung a river's edge double quick and then headed back to the shack to shoot a few arrows before we were going to get ready to hunt.
September the 4th. It's our first time in the tree this fall. We're up in Minnesota bear hunting, up at Rockin' Reed Lally's cabin. The place has never been bear hunted. They've owned it since the 80s. We checked a few baits. One we're actually sitting on tonight had a pretty nice bear hit it yesterday morning in the daylight. And again yesterday afternoon in the daylight, about 7:30. We're hoping for a repeat.
Sat that bait till dark, didn't see anything. We have faith that that bear will slip up in the next few days. Came back to the shack, fired up the lanterns. No generator tonight, keeping a low profile on these bears.
Breakfast champs right there. Day 2 Minnesota. Just gonna eat up, bait some, get some baits ready, have some coffee, go check some more cameras. But I think we're pretty much set on hunting the bait that we sat last night. Had that nice bear come in last couple nights, but he was no show for us yesterday. So I think it's just a matter of time before he slips up.
September 5th, second day of our bear hunt up here in northern Minnesota. Mike and I racking on the same bait that we sat last night. That bear was here 3 times in the previous 36 hours, so he's due to come back in. We just got in the tree. His bait never got hit last night, so either he's out of the area or he's really due to come in tonight. It's just after 7 o'clock. The wind's been blowing pretty crazy all night long. It's pretty quiet in here now. Hopefully this bear gets up and moves.
After 2 uneventful sits in unfavorable weather, Mother Nature is definitely reminding us who is in control.
I got that one.
That you did.
We don't want it there. A little further up.
Into that tree right there. We got about probably, I'd say at least 4 inches of rain. We don't have a gauge out here, but Everything is a swampy mess today. So we're actually gonna have to walk out to the truck tonight, about a half mile, 3/4 of a mile, because I don't think we can take all of our equipment on the four-wheeler through what we just came through. We're getting a quick bite to eat here on the can cooker, and then we're gonna fry up some venison, and probably head out here in another couple of hours. We're gonna sit a new bait tonight.
It's about 6:15. It's dead quiet in here. We got thunder rolling off to the northwest of us. The hour by hour says it's not gonna hit us until 8 o'clock. We just need a little luck on our side. The weather's just not cooperating. It's been hot. We've had these steady south winds. We just need a change in wind direction, I think. But we've only got 4 days now on. We gotta get back to work, so what can you do? Looks like it's still got an hour to get back to where we came. We got about 20 minutes to the truck, and then we got another heck of a hike back into camp, so should be a fun night. That was sarcasm. I'm out.
Final day of opening weekend, and we're headed back to the North Bait tonight. Calm conditions with a slight northwest wind. Hopes were high for tonight's sit.
It's the last afternoon of our bear hunt up here in Minnesota for this week. We're hunting the same spot we hunted the first 2 nights. We checked all the baits this morning, and that bear hit at about 4 o'clock this morning. He just barely opened the bait up and ate a little bit, so we're thinking he's gonna come back in tonight and fill up.
The wind started blowing hard in the wrong direction about a half hour before dark. Needless to say, we got skunked again. Opening weekend was in the books, with a Minnesota bear tag still burning a hole in my pocket.
For you, one more for you. Got your strawberry swirl sliced cream cake. Gotta go over good in the bogs.
We just got back to bear camp. Dylan swapped some days at work and got off here Thursday and Friday, so drove up here last night, and Dylan got up here this morning. We're gonna run around and check all these baits right now and freshen them up and see what our best bet is for sitting tonight. But a lot different weather than last weekend for Mike and I. We got a big swing in temperature. It's about 55 degrees right now versus 85 last week, and calm and cool, so should be good. Slip in here and check this bait, and we're gonna move on to the next one. Back at bear camp. Round 2. It's the 10th of September. Fortunately for me, Dylan was able to swap a couple days at work and film me today and tomorrow, and then Mike will be back up for the weekend. It is Thursday afternoon, a little after 4 o'clock. Back in on the bait that Mike and I set a few times last weekend. And this bear hit here a couple nights ago in the daylight. We're optimistic this bear's gonna slip up here pretty soon. We got a few other baits that are getting hit by good bears, but this is our best bet with the wind we got tonight. We got a west-northwest wind blowing out here into the swamp. We're expecting this bear to come here from the northwest, so should be a good night. Temperatures drop big time. About 25-degree difference from last weekend, so sit here tonight and hope for the best. I'm hoping Dylan's my good luck charm.
5 days in and still no bear sightings. We were really beginning to wonder if this was ever going to happen. The baits were still being hit, only inconsistently. It was a matter of being at the right bait at the right time.
Old Faithful got hit. It's our last bait we're checking today. None of the other ones have been hit. But this one got hit last night. I haven't checked to see what time he came in, but I'm pretty sure I know which bear it is. He's a good one. But our stand right now is sitting on the northwest side of this bait. And we have a northwest wind tonight, and this bear's coming right past this camera here. So we're looking at trees we want to get on the southeast side of this bait, and hopefully our wind carries past him and he comes up through here tonight. So we're going to pick out a tree and move the set, freshen the bait, and this is definitely where we're going to be tonight. It's 7 p.m. Got about an hour of daylight left. It's eerie, quiet in here. I'm just on the edge of my seat right now because this is the best chance we've had so far this season. The weather's good. This bear has been cooperating up to this point. We just need him to come in one more time. We just got back to the vehicle. Got skunked again tonight. Oh, it got dark on us pretty quick in there. I had a raccoon come into the bait about 15 minutes before dark. Thought we heard something cracking in the brush a couple different times. It was real quiet in there, but we sat as late as we could. I got Mike rolling in tomorrow morning. Dylan's got to head back and go to work, so got 2 days left this weekend. We're due. I mean, we're, I don't know, 6 sits in. Haven't seen a bear. And they're still showing up on the cameras. We know they're here. We just can't get them in front of us. It's kind of frustrating, but that's hunting. It's September the 12th. It's day 7. Sitting on these bears in Minnesota. Still haven't seen one. I'm sitting the same bait Dylan and I sat last night. Had a raccoon come on to the bait about a half hour before dark, but that's about the extent of the night for us. Bear never showed up. He was here the night before at about 8 o'clock. He never hit this bait last night. We came in and rebaited this morning. We're taking that as a good sign that he's due to hit it tonight.
See him?
Let me know when you're good. Are you good? I got trees in the way. Are you good? I got one limb. Hold on. Northwoods, baby.
Swamp pandas.
Swamp panda. Damn. I mean, first night we sat this bait, we got rained out. Big storm came through. We had to get out of the tree. Me and Dylan sat it last night, nothing. Tonight we're sitting it. We haven't heard a vehicle come up. We're on public land. We haven't heard a vehicle on this road ever. And tonight, 2 trucks come down. There's bird hunters literally within 200 yards of us right now. We can hear the beeping on their dog collars right now. And I was ready to get down and go jump in another stand quick. And all of a sudden we heard brush crack. I cannot believe that just happened. I can't believe it.
That was an absolute mess for me.
It took us 3 years to draw this tag, and we've been working here the last probably 3 to 4 weeks running the baits. Rock's been helping us out running the baits, and me and Mike were up last weekend, hunted for 4 days straight, didn't see a single bear. All these bears have pretty much been ghosts. The weather's been less than ideal. It was warm last week and we got a ton of rain. We were in knots up in the tree. It was a disaster, but it all came together. He came in, gave me a 10-yard chip shot.
Up early this morning, packing up around camp. Today will be our last day of bear hunting for the season. We cut up the bear and pulled cameras and stands. Mike is in the hot seat tonight, and we're heading into the North Bait to sit a bear that has hit the last 2 nights.